Solar eclipses are dramatic events as a rule, but the total eclipse coming on April 8th is going to ratchet up the experience. Compared with the last total eclipse that crossed the United States in 2017, this year's total eclipse will last longer, the sky will fall darker, and the sun itself will put on a much livelier show. And millions more people will be able to step outside their front doors to see one of the most astounding astronomical events of their lives. It will also be the last major eclipse to cross North America for 20 years. All of that means that it's an especially rare opportunity for casual observers and scientists alike. Here are a few things to know about this spectacular event. Why will this eclipse last longer and feature a more active sun? The moon will be at a point in its orbit that's comparatively close to Earth in April, making the moon appear particularly large. As a result, for anyone fortunate enough to make it to the path of totality, where the moon completely blocks out the sun's disk, it will be an especially dark eclipse that will last for nearly 4.5 minutes. That's almost 2 minutes longer than the Great American Eclipse of 2017. What's more, the sun will be close to solar maximum in 2024. That's the peak of its roughly 11-year activity cycle. As a result, lots of bright, petal-like streamers of plasma will extend from the solar corona, the sun's outer atmosphere. The increase in solar activity also ups the chances of a coronal mass ejection, a large puff of hot gas trapped in a loop of magnetic field that's blasted away from the sun's surface. A longer time to observe the eclipse and a more active sun will make it both a better show and a boon for scientists who have more telescopes, sensors, and satellites available to study the sun than ever before. Even viewers without other equipment should be able to see the streamers and a coronal mass ejection, if it occurs. What's different about this eclipse's path? There's nearly 32 million people inside the path, says cartographer Michael Zeiler. That's about 2.5 times as many as during the 2017 eclipse. And the major East Coast metros from Baltimore to Boston are all about 200 miles from the path of totality. That means that the path of totality is going to be very accessible to the bulk of the U.S. population, says Zeiler, founder of GreatAmericanEclipse.com. The eclipse will be visible to some degree in every U.S. state as well as portions of northwestern Mexico and southeastern Canada. The eclipse on April 8, 2024, will enter North America in western Mexico around 12:10 p.m. Mountain Time, cross the United States and exit through southeastern Canada around 5:15 p.m. Newfoundland Time. The 2024 eclipse path will also be particularly helpful for researchers who use radar to study charged particles high in the atmosphere. Unlike the last two North American eclipses, says space scientist Bharat Kundur,